23 August 2022. Morning Murli, Shanti, BapDada, Madhuban. Sweet children, you now have to leave those old homes, means bodies, and go back with the Father. Therefore, remove your attachment from those homes. Have the faith that each of you is a soul. Question: which words do not emerge from the mouths of soul-conscious children? Answer: how can I have peace of mind? These words cannot emerge from the mouths of soul-conscious children. Only those who are body-conscious use these words because they don't have knowledge of souls. You know that the original religion of souls is peace. It is not a question of peace of mind. When a soul is stabilized in his original religion, the mind will become peaceful. Those who say that the soul is the supreme soul aren't able to understand these things. Song: to live in your lane and to die in your lane. Shanti. You children know what dying is. The soul becomes separated from the body. That is called dying. You children here know that you have become separated from your bodies while alive, and that you are going back to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, to His land. Souls who cannot go there are being made pure with yoga. This is called knowledge. The spirits receive knowledge. Who says child, child? The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, whom all devotees remember. The soul understands that the purified Father is the one who gives you liberation and liberation in life. He doesn't have a body of his own. He has taken this one on loan. You have to shed your bodies. This one whose homes means bodies, thus is also has to leave it. In fact, those are the old homes of your children too, and they have everything, windows, etc. So the father says, children, you all have to leave those old homes. You have to return home with me. Therefore, remove your attachment from those homes while alive. Have the faith that each of you is a soul and remember the Father. You children know that there are two things, the bodily being and the soul. When people experience sorrow, they commit suicide. It is not suicide of the soul. A soul knows that he had sorrow because of the body, and this is why he wants to leave his body. You souls know that you are now in the land of sorrow. This body is also an old home. Baba has explained that is the memorial throne that you have to shed and take another. Instead of calling it a throne, it is better to call it a home. There are windows, etc. in a home, and this is why the body is called a home. One rules a kingdom from the throne. At this time, this is the land of sorrow. Yes, it is certain that the soul will have to sit at home, that is, in a new body, and sit on the throne. He has to rule the kingdom. No one in the world receives a kingdom from the Father. Until the Father came, how could anyone receive the sovereignty? You know that Baba has come to make you into the emperors. Emperors are greater than kings. Therefore, the Father says, you are made into kings of kings. You souls know that you have to shed your old homes. A soul first receives a Satapradhan home. When a soul is Satapradhan and virtuous, he receives a Satapradhan body. You souls understand how you receive a home. Elevated, pure souls would also receive bodies like that. If you became pure, you will definitely receive a pure home. Only when the one who purifies us comes can we become pure. He himself says, children, you used to remember me, and so I have now come. I enter this body every cycle and create this sacrificial fire. I have to name this one Brahma. He is adopted. While living at home, you have discarded every old thing from your intellects, and you now have the faith that you are souls. You now have to break all relationships while alive. The Father says you are no longer to stay in this old world. It is explained that our aim and objective is to change from an ordinary man into Narayan, from a human being to a deity, and to attain the sovereignty of heaven. It has also been explained that there is only one human world and it continues to turn. It is also called a tree. It is compared to a banyan tree. It has a long lifespan. When this tree is new, only we deities live there. It has now become old. Everyone in this world is poor, and they do business of just a few pennies. You are now doing business with the jewels of knowledge. You are taking jewels from the Father and giving them to others. Your intellects are now becoming as elevated as diamonds. Your business is with the jewels of knowledge. After receiving the jewels of knowledge, you also receive plenty of those jewels. It is remembered that the ocean presents you with platefuls of jewels. You now know the study and the one who teaches it. Truly, our Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of the jewels of knowledge. He is also called Rup Basant. The soul speaks about the jewels of knowledge through the mouth. This is your business. Wake up at Amrit Vela and do business with the jewels of knowledge. The early morning time is good. It is said, O mind of mine, chant the name of Ram in the early morning. Soul says this. The mind and intellect are in the soul. When people are body conscious, they say, my mind is not becoming peaceful, as though the mind is in the body. However, the soul says, my mind and intellect do not have knowledge. I want peace. They don't even consider themselves to be souls. It is the soul that becomes peaceful or peaceless. The soul says, I am a peaceless soul. I am a peaceful soul. Someone with body consciousness would ask, how can I have peace of mind? What is the mind? They don't even understand this. Is it the soul or the mind of the soul that receives peace? First of all, you have to know the soul. The original relation of the soul is peace. Those bodies are your organs. You can use them if you want, or you can stabilize in your original relation. Even sannyasis do not understand this. They simply say that each soul is the Supreme Soul and that the Supreme Soul is each soul. However, how can they receive power so that they can remain peaceful? Only when they remember the Father can they receive power. There is no benefit in just receiving peace. They believe that souls are the Supreme Soul, that they will go to the land of Supreme Soul. They don't know anything else. They forget rebirth. They have even forgotten about 84 births. The Father explains to you personally. You now understand that you have to become the garland around the Father's neck. Originally, we were the garland around the Father's neck. The play is now coming to an end. Actors continue to play their parts in a play and also continue to keep an eye on the clock. The play is now coming to an end and this much time remains. At the end, all the actors come and stand on the stage at that time. Then they change their costumes and return home. Similarly, you too have the same parts. The Father has come to take you back. There is no question as to whether there will be souls there or not. Our business is only to claim our inheritance. Surely, souls would be there. That is why they continue to come down. They continue to grow in number here. Even now, they are continuing to come down. That is why people try to have birth control, etc. Souls have to come onto the stage from there. And so, what's the point of birth control? All the souls that still remain up there will also come down, and this is why expansion continues to take place. Expansion has to take place. Your children know that all the souls who are there will continue to come here till the end. Look at insects. They are born at night and are dead by the morning. However, there is no account of them. All the great scientists beat their heads so much and continue to do research. Just as there is the greatness of knowledge, Maya too is no less. Look at what they are creating by following devilish directives. What does Srimad say and what do scientists continue to do? Those things give happiness, but they will also bring about destruction. Science and silence. You constantly continue to remember the Father in silence. They have so much pride in science. They invent aeroplanes and explosives, etc. Silence becomes victorious over science. Some say that when you conquer the mind, you conquer the world. But in fact, you can say when you conquer Maya, you can conquer the world. Souls will become bodiless and go to the Father. It is said you should not have any ordinary or sinful thoughts in your mind. The Father says these will definitely come. Constantly remember me alone. We souls are going to our silence home, the land of liberation. We are going to our parents' home. It is in your intellect that Baba has come and will take us back with him. Baba alone is our guide. He says, my beloved children, I will take you back with me. No one had seen the way home. If even one had seen it, many others would then also be able to see it. They would teach others how to go there. People are distressed here, and so they say that they want to live here. You wouldn't say this in the golden age. Everyone remembers the land of happiness. The Father says, I will take everyone back home with me like a swarm of insects. They simply say, the soul of Buddha went to the land of Nirvana. If he went away, how would all the souls of his dynasty then go there? No one can go there. I can go there. I only come here to take you back. There are so few people in the golden age. At this time, there are so many souls. They are like insects. It is the duty of the Father alone to take everyone back. The Father says, by becoming the garland around my neck, you will also become a garland around the neck of Vishnu. It is you who will fall down first. When they became worshippers, they became the garland around Ravan's neck. This becomes your condition by the end. You know that you have happiness for half a cycle and sorrow for half a cycle. Those of the deity religion are the first ones to become the garland around Ravan's neck, and then those of other religions come down. They too became the garland around Ravan's neck. At the end, everyone became the garland around the neck of Ravan. The play of the drama is created in such a way that no one apart from the Father can explain it to you. You receive many points to explain to others. In a nutshell, it is said, remember the one Father. It should remain in your intellects how the impure world becomes pure, and then who first becomes the garland around the neck. Truly, we are originally the garland around the Father's neck, and then Baba makes us the part of Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty. It then becomes Ravan's kingdom. You know number-wise how the world cycle continues to turn. In a school, No one receives 100% marks in all subjects. Yes, it is possible to claim 100% marks in one subject. There are marks in this too. To embed divine virtues is such a big subject. You also have to explain the secrets of the whole cycle. Some don't have that many virtues, but they conduct the Murli very well. They are number wise. Those who pass become the garland around the neck. The Father is perfect. No one else can be as perfect as He is. He doesn't enter birth and rebirth. Your intellect have so many new points which cannot sit in the intellect of anyone else. Thus is the Godfatherly University. God speaks, I teach you Raj Yoga. You understand how wealthy Bharat used to be and that it is now poor. Ancient Bharat was very wealthy. It was called paradise. When someone of an elevated clan becomes poor, people feel mercy for him. They would say that poor person has fallen so much. They then try to uplift him. Christians have taken a lot of wealth from Bharat. They have become wealthy from that wealth. Bharat has become poor and so they would of course help. They help by giving loans. You know what the karmic account is. Those who are good say that the karmic account is being settled. However, they don't know who is inspiring all of this. You now understand these things. When Bharat was religious, it had so much might. It was the master of the whole world. The foremost religion is the deity religion, which the Father establishes. Now that it means Bharat has fallen the most, it definitely receives help. When the war begins, they will continue to fight among themselves and also continue to help. Even now, they continue to give. Otherwise, Bharat would starve to death. However, that has never happened. Calamities will also continue to come. The war will begin when you have completed your studies. You are now still continuing your studies. Baba has to teach you. The original eternal deity religion is now being established through Brahma. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, do business with the jewels of knowledge. Become Roop and Basant. Study and teach others. Second point, you have to return home with the Father. Therefore, become pure, become bodiless, stay in remembrance of the Father, and gain victory over science with the power of silence. Blessing, may you be constantly strong and tireless and continue to fly and make others fly with the wings of zeal and enthusiasm. Explanation, you souls are instruments to make many souls fly. Therefore, let your wings of zeal and enthusiasm be strong. Constantly maintain the awareness we Brahmins are responsible for world benefit. Laziness and carelessness will then automatically finish. You will never get tired. Those who have zeal and enthusiasm are tireless. They constantly increase the zeal and enthusiasm in others with their faces and their activity. Slogan, when you are colored with the color of the Father's company, all bad qualities will easily be transformed. Om Shanti